Hello, hello. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa. How's everybody doing today? I know. If you're on the East Coast, the rain is insane. But if you think about it, a week ago we were talking about this and there was no rain forever. So we went from one extreme to another. I guess we need some of it. So hopefully you're safe out there. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to Coffee with Connie. I love sitting and being able to talk to you guys about what's going on. And I wanted to talk to you about something that I heard a story about last week that I really wanted to share this kind of situation because people just don't understand how crucial that these kinds of things are. So when you're buying a brand new house, you may think, well, it's a fresh start. There's nothing going on. There's no problem with the ownership. There's no problem with the property. There is nothing I need to be concerned about because it's like buying a brand new car. It's a fresh start. There's nothing that I need to deal with. It's a brand new house. And so there shouldn't be any problems. And unfortunately, there still are pieces that need to be taken care of that you need to be thinking about. So one of those is that you need to have a survey of that property. And I recommend a survey on any property you're going to purchase. And a survey is where a surveyor, a licensed surveyor, comes out and actually does a drawing of the property that you're purchasing. Hey there, Jamie. How are you this morning? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you to any of you that reach out and say, hey, let me know if you have questions, if you maybe have a situation that you would like us to talk about. I love getting that information. Good morning, Miss Karen. How are you today? So a licensed professional that does a survey is somebody who is licensed. They go through the training, they keep up their training, but they actually are licensed to be able to come out and do a drawing of the property that you're purchasing so you can see exactly where your house and any other things that you're purchasing on that property, where they sit. And why does that matter? Well, really, we want to make sure that the things that you think you're purchasing when you went out and walked around that piece of property is exactly what you're purchasing. And you'd be surprised the amount of times that people are selling something that they thought they owned and they really don't. And so when it transfers hands, the new buyer comes in, starts making some changes, doing some things, and they find out that that property, maybe that shed, maybe that fence, maybe the side of the house is not located on the property that they thought they were buying. Now, there's ways to resolve it, but it has to be taken care of. This isn't just a magical thing. This neighbor and this neighbor agree and okay, well, now it's all fine. No, usually it causes a bigger problem because the neighbor who you may be traveling over their property or maybe putting a fence over their property, now they realize it's part of their property and they're not quite as willing to give it up. So in the instance I want to talk to you about brand new homes, this is the thing. You know, you think that you're buying the brand new home, there's no problems. It's a fresh start. There's nothing going on there. When in fact, the survey is of the property that's sitting there that the house is being built on. And if you don't get the survey, you can't be positive that the house is being built on the right place. And so in the instance that I recently heard about, wasn't something that we did a closing for, but it was a situation that's very serious. A builder is a small builder building a house for his brother. And so the brother says, you know, this is where I want you to build the house. And this is the lot I've purchased. I want you to put the house right here. And, you know, we're going to do a garage in the driveway and such. And so the builder, because it was the brother and the brother was paying cash, the bank didn't require, a lot of times if you're doing a construction loan, the bank will require an initial drawing of the lot, and then they'll require what's called wall check surveys. So as the house is being built, they can make sure it's being built in the correct place, and then when it's finished, they'll require a final survey. In this particular case, the buyer brother was not borrowing money. He was using his own cash. So there was no bank to require that and no one to educate them about why it would be really important to do this. And so they built the house and the brother and his family moved in, happy, wonderful, everything is great. And several months later, the owner next to him said, hey, wait a minute. You're driving on my property. And in fact, part of your garage is on my property. And the brother says, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have a brand new house. You know, this is the property that we purchased, and that's absolutely no way possible. And the neighbor said, well, it absolutely is possible, and here's my survey to prove it. So the brother goes to have a survey done, has the surveyor come out, marks the points. the lines of the property, and come to find out the driveway and the garage, part of the garage, are actually on the neighbor's property because no one did the due diligence of making sure where the lot lines were. So when they built the house, they put the house in the proper spot within the lot lines to make sure that the house, the garage, any improvements, all were on that piece of property. The brother sues the builder, the other brother, and now they don't speak anymore, and the builder's out of business because it took a lot of money to resolve that issue. So I know this sounds a little crazy, but it was local, it happened, and it can happen very easily. Hey, Angela, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. These kind of things happen a lot because the problem is you walk out and go walk the property that you think you're purchasing, and it looks all well and fine, but you don't know for sure. You know, the seller may say, hey, here's where the property lines are, or there may be a fence that it designates where you think that is, but that doesn't mean that's where it is. You need a licensed professional to come out and actually give you that peace of mind and that information of where those lot lines actually are, so you know what you're purchasing and that you know what you can do with what you're purchasing. So just want to give you a little information. I'm very passionate about surveys. So is our team. We always recommend them. They're a couple $100 if you're buying a property that's in a subdivided neighborhood. It's more expensive if you're buying a rural piece of property. But again, it's your peace of mind to make sure that the things that you're purchasing are actually located on the property that you're purchasing. So hopefully I helped you. Maybe I spurred a question. Either way, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Also, if you'd hit that share button, I would really appreciate it. As I've said before, we're giving away these really cool Coffee with Connie 20-ounce mugs. So you can have coffee in your Coffee with Connie mug while you're watching our broadcast on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So hopefully I gave you some good information. Reach out and let me know if you have comments or questions about this or other topics, or there's something that you want to talk about. Let's talk about that. Yes, a couple $100 can save you thousands. Jamie's absolutely right. Jamie's a licensed title insurance professional as well, and she has lots of experience with this as well. So this is something that you definitely need to be thinking about, because a little bit could change, make a whole lot of difference in what your experiences are. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. I love coming to you and talking to you about information about buying and selling real estate. Let me know if you have any questions we could talk about. Don't forget, we put out a monthly flyer each month that has lots of good information in it. It's on our Foot Title Group website, www.footetitlegroup.com, or you can go to my website, conniefuksa.com, and there's resources there as well. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.